Hi guys, my name is Simran and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the major problem that all of us are facing, especially during this lockdown. That is the problem of hair fall. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you 15 different ways in which you can reduce your hair fall and also take you through my entire hair care routine. And before we dive into the video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. First thing, harsh water. So you might have noticed that if you maybe switched places recently, maybe in a couple of years, that your hair fall has increased. Now, I did that and my hair fall actually increased in last couple of years a lot. I was losing a lot of volume and my hair fall was really terrible, and I'm somebody who does not oil her hair often. So this product is something that's pretty expensive. So this is something that you should invest in if you know for sure that your hair fall is happening because of the harsh water in your area. Now, the product that I use is actually Kent Water Softener. This is available on Flipkart for 7,000 rupees and on their website for a little more price. Kent Water Softener, as the name suggests, actually softens the water and makes it less harsh, so it does not damage your skin and your hair and thereby reduces your hair fall. The only thing that you need to do after getting the water softener installed is keep adding salt in it. So you need half kg of salt for every 900 to 1100 liter of water, and you will see a huge difference in your hair fall. Second thing to change is your diet. You don't have to make a lot of changes in your diet, but just a few dietary modifications can actually help you fight hair fall problem. You might be missing out on a ton of nutrients if you're not having a balanced diet, or at least including some of the foods that might help you fight your hair fall problem. So some of the foods that you can actually eat are, in non-veg you can go for raw meat, chicken and eggs. In fruits and nuts you can go for guava, walnut and kiwi. In veg you can go for carrot, chickpea, that is chane, oats and spinach, maybe a lot of green vegetables. And these things will actually help you fight your hair fall problem. Third might be the food that you're eating. So the food to avoid are sugar and starch, processed starch and also alcohol. Why you need to avoid that is because having say a lot of sweets, a lot of junk food, cake, white pasta, bread and all these things, what they do is starch gets converted into sugar, and sugar actually hinders the absorption of protein in our body, which is very important for our hair to stop falling and be stronger. Then drinking causes a lot of dehydration in our body, and dehydration can result in bad skin and hair growth. Drinking also makes your hair brittle, so try to avoid a lot of sugar and alcohol and starchy food. Now I'm going to start with my hair care routine. So before I wash my hair, the one thing that I try to apply a lot in my hair is flaxseed gel. Now this is a known remedy to actually improve your hair and your skin. Before I get into how you can make flaxseed gel, I'm going to be discussing the benefits of it. So flaxseed gel is actually very rich in vitamin E, which is great for your skin and your body. It's also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which means that it actually keeps your skin and hair moisturized and also prevent drying of hair. And the third is that it not only prevents hair drying and hair fall, but it actually boosts your hair growth and make your hair stronger. Now it's very easy to make flaxseed gel and it's very quick, and you can actually preserve it for at least up to a month and use it as per your convenience. So the first thing that you need to do is take half cup of alsi ke beej, which is flaxseed in Hindi, and add it in 2 cup of water and heat it over the pan. As soon as the water comes to a boil, just take it out and filter it out using a channi. So you have to do it right then and there so that the gel does not become thick, because later it's going to become very difficult for you to filter the seeds out of the gel. Now let it cool, and here's a tip to actually make sure that it's very easy for you to apply this gel on your hair and it does not become very sticky. All you need to do is add rose water in it and blend it for at least 5 to 10 minutes and then keep it in a pumping bottle. A bottle with a pump is the easiest way to apply the gel on your roots. Before I go and take a bath, I just apply the gel in my roots, and it's not at all sticky, so you don't even have to necessarily do it before you wash your hair. I just try to do it then because I am not a big fan of using oil. So instead of using oil, I just stick to hair serums and hair gel. The fifth and one of the most important steps is to detangle your hair before you hit the shower. You need to do that because suppose if you have very voluminous hair and if you have curly and wavy hair, and you don't detangle them and you hit the shower, you are going to cause a lot more breakage, and thereby it is going to affect your hair volume. That was my dog. Okay, now the sixth step is your hair wash products. Now I have these two products that have recommended to me by my hairstylist after I got my hair colored, and these have turned out to be crazy, like amazing. They have done an amazing job at actually making my hair moisturized and more straightened and basically silky and smooth. So if you did get your hair colored, or maybe if you have very lifeless and dry hair, these two products I recommend. I have been using them for over 8 months and they have still not finished. So it's from the same range. This is L'Oreal Professional Paris Extenso Care Shampoo Pro Keratin and Incel Anti-Breakage and Anti-Dryness Shampoo. Now this one I use every time that I shampoo my hair. So I shampoo my hair twice a week and 2 times. So the first time that I shampoo my hair, I will go for any other shampoo. It can be Pantene, it can be any anti-dandruff shampoo. And then second step would be to use this one. Now these two products are kind of expensive for shampoo and hair mask, but they are so worth it because I will just show you the quantity. This one is still left, like just this much, and this second product is the Extenso Care Mask Pro Keratin Incel Anti-Breakage Anti-Dryness Hair Mask. This one comes in a cream-like consistency, and you can just, I don't know if you can see this, but like it's been 8 months since I've been using this, and half of the product, like half of the bottle is still left. So something that you should and you must invest. So this one actually I apply on my scalp and just like hair, and the hair mask is supposed to apply only once a week or once in 15 days, and you're supposed to apply it only at the ends or maybe just the hair strands, not on the roots. Just apply this after you shampoo your hair. Keep it for 10 to 15 minutes, or you can just keep it for 15 and like 20 minutes, and then you can just wash it off, and you will see a huge difference just from the first time that you use it. So as far as hair conditioner goes, I have been using this one that I got in my PR package, but this is not a sponsored video because I genuinely like this product. You can see it's the same Botanica Professional Moroccan Argan Conditioner, and it comes with natural oils, DDH blockers, free from parabens, sulfates, and basically it has like a lot of oil. It has organic Moroccan argan oil, vitamin E, avocado oil, wheat protein, olive oil, and skin protein. And the fragrance is also great, and just look at the quantity is amazing. Coming to the prices, I would suggest that you just go for a combo because these two I think come around 600 each, but if you go for a combo you can get both of these on Flipkart or Amazon or even Nykaa for 1000 rupees. The Moroccan Argan Hair Conditioner, the MRP of this product is 900 rupees. But you can get a crazy discount of course on Nykaa or Amazon and Flipkart. So these are like some of the products that I swear work crazy. The seventh tip is kind of basic but also at the same time very important to remember. That is the water temperature. Now every time that you're taking a shower and you're washing your hair, please make sure to never ever go for hot water because that can actually damage your hair. The point is that applying heat directly to your hair is anyway going to damage them, so why do that? The eighth is towel drying technique. So I've seen a lot of girls, and I was somebody who used to do that as well, that when I would towel dry my hair, I would be very harsh. Like this is mostly how girls would dry their hair, like this, or maybe just like from the roots, but that's something that you have to avoid. Like don't do that, because when you're doing that you are actually kind of like detangling your hair, and when they're wet they're also the weakest, so doing that can actually damage your hair to a greater extent. You actually just want to grab your towel and grab your hair with it and squeeze to take out the excess water, and rather than actually damaging them by just rubbing your hair. That's something that you don't have to do. Coming to the quality of towel that you're using, do not forget to use 100% cotton towel, because that's actually going to absorb the most amount of water without damaging your hair. A lot of girls actually wrap their hair, wet hair, in their towels and very heavy towels like this one. That is something that you want to avoid, because the moment that you do that, after your hair is wet, you're actually pulling your hair from the root because of the heavy weight of the towel, and the next time that you comb them, your hair is prone to breakage even more than they were earlier. So don't do that. If you have to tie your hair in a towel, just go for a lightweight towel or even 100% cotton shirt, and you're going to see a huge difference in your hair fall. The ninth step is an ingredient that has helped me fight my scalp dryness and dandruff, that is rose water. So I usually use rose water by Dabur. I'm not very choosy when it comes to rose water, but you can use any rose water that you have, or you can make at home. All I do after I take a bath and towel dry my hair, I just apply rose water on the scalps generously right after you come out of a shower. But this you can do on a daily basis or just whenever you feel like you have the time to do so. Rose water is actually antibacterial, so it helps you fight dandruff and dry scalp and any kind of irritation and itchiness, because it is also anti-inflammatory. Rose water also helps you keep your scalp moisturized, and thereby it helps in reducing the hair fall. The 10th step is hair serums, and this product has made a major difference in reducing my hair fall. This is Biotique Biomountain eBonnie Vitalizing Serum for Falling Hair. This is a 120 ml bottle that retails at 185 rupees, but you can easily get it for 140 rupees on Nykaa. This is great. Like it's a serum that you're supposed to apply on the roots. It's colored, but it's not at all sticky. Like it's just water, and I apply it and I massage it thoroughly into my, you can just see, like I massage it into my scalp, and it dries up so quickly. Like it's literally water, but it does help reduce hair fall by a great extent. This is my second bottle in 3rd month, and it's an Ayurvedic product, so don't worry, it does not contain any chemicals, and at least give it a try once. Also for detangling my hair, this product, it's not an additional step, but it does help. It's BBlunt Climate Control Anti-Frizz Leave-In Cream. It's an anti-frizz cream that I apply right after I apply this hair serum, just to detangle my hair, but I don't comb my hair if they're wet. The 11th step is hair protection spray. Now if you are somebody like me who does experiment a lot with their hair, use heat, use curling irons and straighteners and hair dryers, then a hair protection spray is a must have. Like you have to use it. Now I don't trust a lot of hair protection sprays that are available in the market, simply because they do contain a lot of chemicals, and I don't want to apply more chemicals on my hair. So I make my own hair protection spray using 50% rose water or water and 50% aloe vera gel, and I put it in a spray bottle like this. The consistency is great for a hair spray, and it's also thick. Now I did not know that there could be any difference between aloe vera gels, but I did find something. I recently purchased 2 aloe vera gels. This one is by Aroma Treasures brand, and then the second one is by Vihan, and the only difference between these two is first in the consistency, because the one by Aroma Treasures is kind of runny. It's not very thick, but the one by Vihan is very thick. So this is something that I apply on my skin because it does have a pumping bottle, so it makes sense. And this one I use to make any kind of hairspray that I want, because simply because it's very, like you just see that the consistency is great to make a spray, and so I know for sure that it's not gonna get stuck in my bottle. All you have to do before you are going to apply any heat on your hair, just make sure that you spray this on the hair strands and wait for a couple of minutes for it to dry, and then just proceed with your hairstyling equipment. The 12th step are the hair accessories that are using. Without you even knowing the amount of hair breakage that they're causing, you do end up losing few strands every single time that you actually take out your hairband. Instead of using the normal rubber bands, I use these kind of silk scrunchies. Now silk and satin scrunchies are great. They do not even cause any breakage, and they are not expensive at all. Also, they last a very long time. You can get these kind of scrunchies, like a set of 3 for around 100 to 250 rupees. But my favorite account for buying any kind of accessories is the one that I found on Instagram. It's called Sefali's Bow Corner. This girl sells handmade accessories for under 150 rupees. Everything is so affordable, and also you can get your own customized designs, and the quality is also obviously great. So just switch to silk and satin scrunchies rather than using any clutches or like elastic rubber bands that do cause a lot of damage. 13th step is combing your hair and the brushes that you use. Now there are two kind of brushes that you should be using. This one is a normal comb that all of us use, and this one is a paddle brush. The paddle brush you should be using to actually detangle your hair. So don't forget to just detangle your hair against a flat surface if you have very voluminous hair and a lot of curls, because if you don't do so and if you use just like the normal comb, it's going to cause a lot of breakage and thereby reducing the hair volume. I know a lot of us don't like to comb our hair on a daily basis because we want to maintain a certain texture and like curls and everything, but you must comb your hair to maintain the blood circulation, and that's going to make your hair more stronger than ever. The trick to combing your hair without actually ruining your curls is just grab your hair and comb your hair like this. Even if you're not detangling your hair till the very end, which you can do right before you wash your hair, just comb your hair and run the comb through your scalp, just so that the blood circulation keeps flowing. The 14th step are the hairstyles that you make. So the first tip to reduce your hair breakage is not making too tight braids or even high ponytails, because making tight hairstyles and ponytails is going to loosen your hair from the root, and then the next time that you actually comb your hair, they will inevitably break. To reduce hair fall, you have to make sure that your hair breakage is reducing so that you can maintain a certain volume. You should also not make very tight braids and go to sleep, because that will not only loosen your hair from the roots, but it will also give you a terrible headache. The 15th and the last reason why you might be losing your hair might be stress. There are some of the things that I do to keep myself stress-free and distracted so that it does not affect my mental health and even my physical health. There are some of the things and activities that I like to do whenever I'm feeling super stressed from work and other things, and these things actually help me keep my mind distracted and just kind of cheer me up a little bit. So like talking to my friends and watching some situation comedy shows, sitcoms, like That 70s Show, The Office, Friends, Friends from College, and these kind of shows. Shows are much easier than movies because a show you always have some episode to watch, but when it comes to movie, you just have to finish one in a go, and the next time that you feel stressed, you feel the pressure of actually finding a movie that can be a little annoying for most people. So I just stick to shows. Another thing that I love to do is I take bath using Epsom salt. Epsom salts and different essential oils can be very stress relieving. They will totally calm you down. So I love taking late night bath before I go to bed. I want to be stress free and distracted. Like they say, a cluttered desk is a cluttered mind. So whenever I feel that my room is very dirty and cluttered, all I will do is just play some music and organize my things. I have realized that organizing my things while listening to music also helps me organize my thoughts and sometimes distract me from things that are actually making me nervous. This is a great tip for somebody who does like to clean their room and their surroundings. It's so great, something that you should definitely try if you're feeling stressed. If you are stressed before going to bed, what I do is I just apply a little bit of itr, which are concentrated perfumes, on my wrist, or maybe I just spray some on my pillows. That does calm me down a lot whenever I'm trying to sleep, and it does work if you are under a lot of stress and you can't sleep at night. Pampering my skin and following a good skincare routine does help in keeping myself optimistic, because not only am I pampering my skin and the entire process is just so soothing, but also when you follow a routine and you see some results coming out of it, you feel a little more optimistic and you realize that the efforts that you're putting into something actually show some result. Following a skincare routine can be very relaxing for some people. Now the last but not the least is having a lot of water. Keeping your body dehydrated is going to reduce your headaches and also going to reduce your hair fall. This is something anyway that you should be doing on a daily basis for a better lifestyle change or just for better skin and hair. Now the video has come to an end and I hope you found this video helpful. I tried to gather as many points as possible and just make an ultimate guide on how you can reduce your hair fall. These might sound a lot, many things to do, but just try incorporating things one by one. Rather than completely changing your entire routine, just try incorporating one or two things at once, and once you get a habit of doing those things, then you can switch to other things as well. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you so much for watching.